Hey guys, what's up? So my name is Sonny, and Nate has asked me to stop by and talk to you guys for a few minutes today about relationships. In particular, relationships with people that we meet on a day-to-day basis, strangers, people we bump into, and people that we come in contact with on a day-to-day basis, that are not part of our, immediate friend group or church group or whatever, just people we bump into, how our relationship should look to them and should be for them. First of all, my dad used to have this saying, I don't know if he plagiarized it or if he came up with it, so don't quote me as I quote him, but he used to say, in order to have a friend, you need to be a friend. And he was proactive about that too. He lived it. We would be on vacation 3 or 4 states away, and my dad would wave at everybody we passed, on the highway, and like he knew them. And so a lot of that bled off into me, I guess. And so Nate always says that I don't ever meet a stranger. Everyone that I come in contact with, I have conversation with, and they leave like we're best friends. And I'm happy about that. I'm happy that he sees me that way. I'm happy that people see me that way. But it comes from, being proactive about being friendly and compassionate. If we truly love God, in John 21, verse 17, Jesus is having a conversation with, with Peter, and where he says, Peter, do you love me? And Peter's like, yeah, I love you. And then Jesus is like, no, do you love me? Peter's like, oh, man, I love you, dog. And Jesus is like, no, do you love me? And when Peter, feeling bad, says, yes, I love you, Jesus says this, feed my sheep. So you want to show your love for God, the way to do it is by taking care of the sheep. It also says in Hebrews 13, 1 through 3, where it talks about being hospitable to and charitable to strangers, continuing brotherly love, but also to be hospitable, charitable, friendly to strangers. And so feed my sheep. We also learn in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 18 through 20, I think, where, Jesus says, the Bible says that Jesus reconciled us to God, and that our ministry, for those of you that are just so, I wish I knew what God had for me, what ministry he had for me. Well, it's pretty simple. The Bible says our ministry is to reconcile people to Christ. In other words, here's the world right here. Here's the world. Here's Jesus. And here we are in the middle, and we are supposed to, hey, world, let me introduce you to Jesus. Jesus, world, Jesus. And then let God do his thing. Feed sheep, reconcile people to Jesus. How does that happen? Well, first of all, if you ever want to try to feed sheep in the literal sense of it, you can't show up howling like a wolf, dressed like a werewolf. You're probably not going to feed too many sheep. They're probably going to all run away, and you're probably not going to do much good. So that being said, when you're out there amongst people in the world, man, be friendly, be proactive about waving. Hey, how are you? And you'd be surprised how you can change somebody's day. You know what I mean? By doing that. You're not going to really give me any kind of good news if you come up to me like you got a mouthful of wasps, huffing and puffing and howling like a wolf. Get to know people, be friendly. The person at the gas pump, you never know what they're going through. Just, hey, how you doing, man? How's it going? And just open up the doors for people to be able to see the hope that's in you and see the things that God has done to you. One of the things that's going on in this world today is the Antichrist, or people are anti-Jesus. I mean, you can see it. And it's not really, I don't think it's the world's fault because they're evil that they're anti-Christ or anti-anything Jesus. I believe it's the church's fault. I believe that we have talked about Jesus for so long without showing people who Jesus is. I mean, if I work with a guy or somebody and they every day, if I work with them every day, and every day we come to work, if this guy talked about Nate, man, Nate does this, and Nate's so great, and Nate has done this for me, and Nate done this for me, and Nate's done this, and we love Nate, and you should love Nate. But if somebody talked about this guy named Nate, forever, every day, how long do you think it would be before I would say, man, would you stop talking about this Nate guy, man? I'm sick of hearing about this dude. Unless the person that I work with, instead of talking about Nate all the time, introduced me to this guy named Nate, and I realized, man, Nate is a good guy. And I use Nate as an example, but that's kind of how this world is with Jesus. We've talked about Jesus for so long. But what do they see when they see you and me? What do those strangers out there see when they come in our presence? Do they come in contact with someone who really shows them who Jesus is by the way we are hospitable and charitable and kind? Or do they see some arrogant guy who, has hashtag WWJD or, something like that, but they don't really ever see Jesus in your life, man. And so be a friend so you can have friends. Speak to people, wave at people. You can make somebody's day. Just a simple wave, just a simple, hey man, what's going on? Can change things, barriers and things that have been set up by society that separate us. You can break down barriers with a smile, with a kind word, with a, hey man, what's up? How you doing? You know what I mean? So it's your boy Sonny. I'm gonna be up there to see y'all soon. This video was so hard. I have so much respect for you people that do this. I could talk to 15,000 inmates or junior high kids running around with urine in their pants and snot boogers in their nose easier than it is talking to this iPhone thing, man. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Can't wait to be friends with you. And never meet a stranger. Everybody's your friend.